Head to your local farmer stand or your backyard, grab some corn and some zucchini, and let's make one of the creamiest vegan pastas you've ever made. So if you've ever tried growing zucchini yourself, you know you will have about enough to make 900 recipes and feed your entire neighborhood. Today we are going to show you how to use it to make one of our favorite summer pastas. We're going to start by prepping our vegetables. You want to grab an onion, yellow or sweet work best, and then you are going to thinly slice that. Once you have them sliced, you're just going to carefully break them apart into pieces. Next, we're going to chop our garlic. We are using 3 cloves, but garlic is subjectionable, so feel free to add a little bit more. I mean, can you really go wrong with adding more garlic? Now we're going to cut the corn off of the cob. You can use canned corn here, but if you can get it fresh in season, it is so good. And finally, we are going to grate our zucchini. Now, you want to go by weight. We are using about a little over a pound, which is about 20 ounces. Zucchini ranges so much in size that you really want to go by the weight when you are grating this instead of just like a medium or a large size zucchini. Now, if you really love zucchini, you can totally make this with zucchini noodles or zoodles, but we are just going to be using regular spaghetti noodles. Just a quick tip, you can use whatever type of pasta you want. You can use any shape or size, make it gluten-free, whatever. We do like a longer noodle because we have kids and this is a super creamy sauce and they like to slurp their noodles up, and maybe so do we. While our pasta is cooking, we are going to grab a large skillet. You want something with a high wok since we are going to be adding the pasta back in a little bit. Over medium-high heat, we are going to add in some vegan butter and we are going to let that melt. Once your butter is melted, you are going to add your onions in and stir those around occasionally until they are translucent, which takes about 3 minutes. Add in your minced garlic and you're gonna let that cook for 1 more minute. Add in your shredded zucchini, salt, and pepper. You can add salt and pepper more or less to taste. Just a quick tip, we did not drain the water out of the zucchini. A lot of recipes call for that, but we want to make this as easy as possible, and so we are not doing that and using it to our advantage to make a creamy pasta sauce. You're going to stir this occasionally and let cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until it reduces down a little bit, just like spinach would wilt. Then you're going to add in your vegan Parmesan, the corn that we cut off the cob earlier, the coconut cream, which is the thick part of a can of coconut milk, and then some veggie stock. You're gonna wanna let that come to a boil and then reduce your heat to simmer. Let it reduce and thicken up your sauce for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now we're gonna add in our cooked pasta noodles that we drained and then stir that together. You wanna let it heat throughout, which is gonna take about 2 to 3 more minutes, and stir occasionally so it doesn't burn on the bottom. Just a quick tip, you should always reserve some of the pasta water when you are draining. That way, if your pasta is not creamy enough for you, then you can add some more of that pasta water. If you didn't do that, you can add some more veggie stock. If it is too creamy for you or too saucy for you, then you can just let it reduce a little bit longer. Serve this with more Parmesan, basil, salt, and pepper to your taste. Some good sides for this pasta would be our vegan garlic knots or our cheesy Italian bread rolls. Okay, so can we make this top 9 allergen friendly? The answer is yes, we can. We do want to look at 4 different ingredients. So our pasta, coconut milk, vegan butter, and then our Parmesan cheese. For the pasta, you just wanna use your favorite gluten-free pasta. Just make sure you only cook it till al dente, or you could even use something like zoodles. Make sure you only cook those for about 2 minutes until you add those into the pasta. And then as far as your vegan butter, that's another easy swap. Just pick one that is soy-free, like Flora or Earth Balance soy-free. It's usually in a red tub or a red stick. As far as the coconut milk, we are using that to make this pasta dish super creamy. So you want to choose a top 8 free vegan milk that is also creamy, like extra creamy oat milk or a soy milk if you can have soy, but if not, stick with the oat milk. And then finally, our vegan Parmesan. We are using Violife in this recipe, which contains coconut oil. So if you cannot have coconut oil, we would recommend Follow Your Heart, or you can use our homemade one with sunflower seeds that is on our website. The only thing about that one is it doesn't melt, so just keep that in mind if you want to do something like that. Can you make this dish oil-free? The answer is yes. You're just going to lose some of that taste and then the richness that comes from using the vegan butter, but if you are already oil-free, then you are likely going to be okay with a swap like that. All right, and finally, can we prep this recipe ahead? The answer is yes. You want to let it cool completely before you store it in an airtight container in your refrigerator, and you can reheat it up to 5 days later. You may want to add another splash or two of non-dairy milk or vegetable stock when you are reheating this, whether you do it on the stove or inside of your microwave. We really hope you loved this video. If you did, we would love if you could like this video, subscribe to our channel if you aren't already, and if you have any other questions that we didn't answer in this video, feel free to leave them in the comments and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Have a great week and we will see you in the next video.